Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by the rapodcast.net. This is episode 829, recorded live on March 29th, 2025. And here are your hosts. The man who showed me how to design a 3D print, Dave Pillay.
Hi.
And the man who got his print back from the library, Andy Lowe. Hi.
And is it what you wanted?
No, but that was, that's the joy of 3D printing.
It wasn't what I really wanted, but...
Yeah, no, I did a simple mock-up, and then, I submitted the file to the library. They had printed it within like 3 days and then forgot to email me about it.
Oh, no. So it just sat there?
Yeah. So I waited the 2 weeks that it said in the email.
You're like, hey, guys, where is this? And like, oh, that's been done for a while.
Yeah, no, I went to the library to pick up a book club book.
Uh-huh.
And I'm there, I'm like, so where's this maker space? Because I want to go ask them if my print is done. And they're like, oh, well, normally they'll email you. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. And they haven't emailed me yet, and I just kind of
haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, so I'd like to, ask them. And he's like, "Well, normally if they're all done, they'll just up here. Let me check up here first." And she's like, opens it up, and mine's right on the top of the pile. She's like, "Oh, it's right here."
Oops. So what's wrong with it?
The diameter of we'll call it the socket diameter is just a smidge too small. Mm-hmm. And then I would also like to put a little bit of a camber on it. Which
chamfer? Is it
what?
Camber? Chamfer?
I think it's camber, right?
Oh.
Hold on. Now you're
This may be one of the rare cases where Andy pronounces it right and Dave has it wrong. And
camber refers to the curvature or tilt of a surface, object, or road, often with the top surface. Okay, so I don't want like a curvature. I just need it angled.
Okay. I don't know which part you're talking about needing angled, so I can't weigh in on it.
Well, because there's the flat panel, which I have stuck to the bed frame.
Yes.
And then the tube section, I originally just had it going straight up and down.
Oh, no, you want that rotated.
Yes. So I need that rotated a bit because it's a tent. The tent is curved.
The tent poles go at an angle.
Yes.
What you want to do is find that angle.
Yep.
So that you can make it like just a natural fit.
Yes. Which that's why I put the backing on there with just some command strip Velcro bits.
Uh-huh.
So then I can just put it in the thing there and then literally just Velcro it to the wall at the correct angle, do a little measurement, and then the next time I can just...
Sure. Yeah.
But yes, no, it is not exactly what I wanted for, but it was done in a couple of days, and it cost me $1.
Nice.
So
I don't know if I should talk about this. My dad came up with a design for a new golf tee that he has been 3D printing.
Really?
Yes. I've told him to contact a patent attorney because the idea is actually fantastic and is really good. And I don't know what the, rules about tees are.
Oh, that is an excellent question.
A tee must not be longer than 4 inches, must be designed or manufactured in a way must not be designed in a way it could indicate line of play. That one may not qualify.
May not indicate line of play?
It must not be designed or manufactured in such a way that it could indicate line of play, which I assume means you can't have an arrow on it. You can't point it at a thing.
Because I've seen some weird tees online where they look like cups, but it's only half of a cup. So I guess it's supposed to cut down on slicing and hooking it.
I guess.
I don't know.
If it's that's interesting.
I don't know. I haven't golfed in
a long time.
3 years now.
Yeah. You could take Isaac to a driving range. That might be fun. Painful, but fun.
If I wanted to do anything of a batting cage, might be. I don't know.
So anyway, congratulations on getting your print printed.
I felt so nice. I was like, oh, I can do this now.
It's great to feel it in your hand, right?
Yeah.
And be like, I designed this. I clicked buttons and now I have a thing.
Yep.
Maybe you should get a 3D printer.
Yeah. once again, like I talked about, there's one at work. I just have to talk to the engineering guys.
And see if they'll let you use it?
Yeah. Which I'm going to be up there next month because I guess they're doing a Take Your Kid to Work Day.
Cool.
So
Isaac comes with?
Yep. Yeah, they've got programs for school-age kids up there at the building, which it's also the headquarters for the MSP, so they've got like a whole like police museum down there too.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it'll be interesting for them.
Yeah.
Even if it's not,
awesome.
it's technically a work day for me, even though I'm just, yeah, I could promise him to go to McDonald's or some donuts or something.
Is that's still like the great reward for things is McDonald's?
McDonald's and donuts, yeah, that can get him to do a lot of things.
I mean, I suppose McDonald's would still get me to do things, so I can't really comment.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get this done. Maybe I'll go and get McDonald's afterwards. Yeah.
Nope, that or Dairy Queen or Cold Stone.
Mm-hmm. Ice cream.
Yep, ice cream. Oh, speaking of cold things, I've got 4 beverages, Dave.
How many of them are... Wait, 4? I thought we had like 6 last week.
No, we had 5.
We had 5 last week?
Yes.
Okay, it was 2 and 3?
Well, no. Well, okay, so there's the 2 the 2 alcoholic beverages are still in the fridge. The other ones are the 4 color ones here.
Okay, so we really have 7. Well, 6 now.
6, yes, but there's a new Mountain Dew coming out supposedly next month.
And if you're doing these at 1 a week...
Yep.
Okay. Whichever one is further... This includes... I don't know where in your house you are. So this may require you to get up. No, don't say. I know you're in front of your computer. I just don't know where your computer... I don't know if you've moved it, so I don't want you to say. Because what I'm going to tell you to do includes the other drinks, whichever one is farthest to the right.
I have them literally sitting on the floor next to me.
Okay.
So, farthest to the right.
Yep.
The purple one, the spring...
And to be clear, the ones in your fridge are not to your right?
No, I'm not getting up for those.
Or is your fridge to the right?
My fridge is to the right, but I'm not
Well,
getting
Andy?
up. Nope. Said
what are you going to do, Andy?
I'm going to drink this purple one.
You are asking me to play your game, sir. If I'm going to play your game, you best abide by the rules. Or else why are we doing this in the first place? I did not say the one on the ground that is furthest to the right. I said the furthest to the right.
Oh, that would be the one in the refrigerator. Because the refrigerator is to the right, but it's like way to the right.
I will wait.
Son of a... And of course, I heard what you were talking about last time about dogs.
I was talking about dogs last... I don't remember what I was talking about last time.
All right, now I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, we now have a cranberry raspberry hard cider.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Oh, that is good. Ooh, I like it because it's got a little bit of the sweetness, but that it's got that cranberry tart too.
There are very few things cranberry should actually be in.
Oh no, that's got a good bite on the aftertaste.
Yep. Do you know about the spiders with cranberries?
No. Are you going to give me nightmares tonight?
I don't know. So, cranberry farming is a big thing in Wisconsin. It is one of our largest exports is cranberries. And it's because cranberries are farmed in bogs.
Yeah. And
the way you harvest cranberries is by flooding the bog.
Yeah, and the cranberries float, and you got the guys with the big push broom things.
Right.
Yeah.
The cranberries float. Cranberry farmers use wolf spiders for pest control because they don't eat the cranberries. And it's all low to the ground because it's a bog. Wolf spiders don't swim. They're spiders. Right? Spiders are not aquatic.
No.
So when
technically
you flood,
there are a couple of aquatic spiders.
Right. They're like lobsters. When you flood the cranberry field, the spiders try to get out of the water by finding the nearest tall thing, which when you are working in a cranberry field is you. So apparently, if you're going to go into a cranberry field to like harvest the berries, one of the questions you asked is, are you afraid of spiders? Because they will be climbing up your legs.
Oh, jeez.
And not just like a spider. Many spider. Multiple spiders.
Nope.
Lots of spiders.
No.
So just understand what someone had to go through to get that cranberry for you.
Oh, man, craisins are good too.
Isn't that just dried cranberries?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm moving away from the spiders as fast as possible.
Yep. Friend of mine gave me just like a handful of raw cranberry. I tried them. They're weird. And he's like, yeah, it's a Wisconsin thing. I'm like, sure. Yeah. That's what we're known for. Beer, cheese, and cranberry. I mean, we are, but like not just eating it raw.
It's like the people who have like the raw corn. It's like, what? Why?
It's just not tasty. Why would you do that? Corn isn't tasty until it has been cooked.
Yes.
What's the other thing that we're famous for exporting? Is that ginseng or ginkgo? I think ginseng.
Really?
Let me double check that. It's one of the two. I never remember which one it is. Wisconsin top agricultural exports. Wisconsin ginseng.
Oh, let's see. Michigan is the seventh largest exporter in the seventh largest in the United States.
Of?
Seventh largest state.
So it exports more than 42 other states?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, ginseng. There's a huge ginseng industry in Wisconsin, most of which gets exported to China.
I could see that.
And it's regarded as like super high quality.
Oh. Michigan farmers are among the nation's leading growers of dry black beans.
Huh, cool.
And fresh flowers.
It's all the tulips from Holland, Michigan.
Oh, no, don't joke about tulip time at Holland.
Why don't joke about tulips at Holland?
The tulip time in Holland is just ridiculous.
It's huge. Like there's an enormous tourist thing. It's like the cherry festival in Traverse.
Yes, it is.
But like, why can't I joke about the fact that Michigan has probably like the largest section of tulips outside of the Netherlands?
No, it's sorry, I'm just having a little bit of like PTSD.
Oh, what did you do, Andy?
Because when I was working at the radio stations, we had two radio stations in Holland who were some of the main media
presences. Yep.
For the Tulip Time Festival.
Holland, Michigan Tulip Festival is May 2nd to 11th.
Yep.
It is called the Tulip Time Festival. It is also called the Dutch Heritage Festival. Tulip Time parades are some of the largest and most spectacular events in Michigan.
Those parades, though, man, everybody was lining Main Street for those parades and trying to get anything to work for remote. The thing that finally got us to work, though, was switching to FirstNet, actually.
Okay.
That was what actually, because everything else would just, no matter what we tried, the cell networks were just flooded. It would not work.
Okay.
But yeah, no, there were plenty of times where I got like called up and be like, dude, we need to get this to work because we are the main media sponsor of this thing. We need this to work. And I'm just like, I, outside of contacting the cell companies, I don't know what to do.
I mean, contact the cell companies. They're probably aware of it.
Oh, they are. They try bringing up cows and it still doesn't work.
Oh, that's too bad. I just remember like the first Pokemon Go Fest.
Oh.
Where just no one could get a connection. And all the cell companies were like, it wasn't our fault. And Niantic was like, yes, it was. We told you what was going on. And we asked you to bring in more. And you said, no, it would cover it. We talked about Niantic made the sale, right?
Yes, yes, we did.
Yeah, because we talked about how the dev team is moving over. How is Go going, Andy?
I don't know. I haven't been doing that.
Have you been doing the card game instead?
Yes.
I see.
Well, they just dropped another pack this week, and there are shinies in this pack.
No.
Yes. There's also a card. There's also a card. I have to double check this.
How are there shinies in the pack? Like, how are there shiny cards?
Well, it's a shiny full art variant. So the Charizard EX is black rather than his normal
Orange.
But also, I've got to double check this because somebody brought this up and I didn't look at it. But in the shop, there is a card. It looks like you can only get one of the cards. Oh, shoot, where is it?
But like anyone who gets this card gets the shiny, right?
Yeah, but there's a promo card. It looks like you can't get it unless you pay $20 for a promo card in a digital card game.
Yeah.
Which you can't even trade those with anybody yet.
Because trading is... I thought they added trading.
They added trading for the older sets and not the promo cards and not the top level cards either.
Oh, so you can sort of trade, but like not a lot.
Yes, which is why I have 2 copies of one of the gold back, the top chase cards. I have 2 of them and I can't do anything with the second one.
Because you can't get rid of it.
I can't get rid of it.
Oops.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's the new pack drop, so we've been checking that out.
All right, then. So what would you like to talk about, Andy? Michigan lost their game.
Yep, MSU won.
Against Auburn.
I'm currently 35th in Monahan's pool.
Not bad. Out of...
400 something. Oh.
Jeez. That pool is getting big.
Yes, it is. Basically, if Michigan State wins, I've got 3 out of the Final 4 and the 2 champions and everything else. It was just a couple of bad picks early on.
Yeah. So you still have potential to go pretty far.
Yes, but...
You're not like...
No, I'm not going to be able to get into the payouts, but I still have a lot of this in the game. Actually, let me check, because there's games going on right now. Yeah, 35th.
Okay.
So,
but your bracket is dead as far as like winning.
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot win. I'm outside of the money.
Yep.
But I'm still, out of 400.
400, you're still in the top 10%.
Yes. So it's not bad.
Yeah. You've done worse.
Yes, I have.
You've done better, but
yes.
You've done worse.
Yes, I have won. It's not really, I can't do much better than winning.
I mean, sure you can. You could get a perfect bracket, Andy.
Oh, good gracious. Oh, somebody, Warren Buffett finally actually paid out $1 million.
To whom?
Well, he limited it to just the Berkshire Hathaway folks. But every year that nobody won the $1 million, he kind of loosened the rules.
Okay.
And this year he finally loosened them enough that somebody was actually able to win the $1 million.
I don't know what this pertains to.
Well, he started long time ago saying, okay, if you get a perfect bracket, I'll give you $1 million to all of his employees.
Right, because he knew that no one's going to get a perfect bracket.
Yes. But, he's been doing this for umpteen years, and he's finally like, look, I want somebody to win something. So he started to, cut back the rules.
Okay.
And I forgot.
He does know the math behind it. He's a smart guy.
No.
So, like, the idea of, well, no one's won this yet. I'm like, dude, what did you expect? Like, how many people have perfect brackets after the first round? Just the first round of games has to be just such an insubstantial number.
Yeah, 11 years ago, Berkshire Hathaway started its March Madness bracket challenge, granting $1 billion to whoever predicted all 7 games correctly. Okay, so to win the $1 million this year, any employee of Berkshire Hathaway had to pick the winner of at least 30 of the first 32 games. Right.
And one person did?
Yes.
Did they get all 32 or just
They got 31 games right out of 32.
Yep. It's hard. There's just,
The odds of correctly guessing a coin flip 31 times out of 32 is a 1 in 134 million.
Is it only 134 million? That seems pretty low. 2 to the 32? Yeah, okay.
I'll trust you on that one. I'm just reading the article.
Yep. Exponential growth is a bitch.
Yes, it is. Ask about the rice and the chessboard.
Yep. Andy, I deal in databases and combinatorics. The number of grains of rice on a chessboard ain't nothing. Nothing. I had to explain a concept to my class once that it said, like, if you do this wrong, it will never finish giving you the results. And they're like, why not? I said, because there would be more rows than there are atoms in the universe. They're like, what? I'm like, there would be more rows in the results than there are number of atoms in the observable universe. You think 2 to the 64th is big? Wait till you get to 10 to the 80th. Or what was mine? 2 to the 300,000th? Something like that? It was bad. It was just real bad. Don't join these tables wrong.
Things could go very, very wrong.
Your server will catch fire. You will get a very nasty phone call from your database administrator.
So,
yes.
Speaking of digital games,
yes.
Did you see the news out of Nintendo?
About Metroid Prime 4?
No.
Oh, I saw the news about Metroid Prime 4. What news are you talking about? Because I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4.
Well, the fact that now the Switch games will now be called virtual game cards.
Sorry, the what?
The digital Switch games. So the game.
So I buy a game off of the Nintendo store.
Yes. It's now known as a virtual game card.
Okay.
So, for people who have multiple Switches.
Hi, yes.
Yes. Virtual game cards can be swapped between the systems at will.
What?
Yes.
Is that any two systems, or do they have to be part of like a family unit?
Well, local communication between the two systems is required for the first time.
Yeah.
After that, an internet connection is required to eject or load a virtual game card.
Oh my God. And it doesn't need to have the same account, or it does need to have the same account?
I'm trying to read this right now.
Did Nintendo just reinvent lending video games to friends?
There are no restrictions on the number of accounts on a Switch that can use the virtual game card.
Virtual game cards can be lent to other family members whose accounts are grouped together. So you do have to have some sort of group. These loans last 14 days, after which the virtual game card is automatically returned to its owner. You can only lend one game to each family member at a time. I echo what this author is saying about the, like, I'm not quite sure how to help. God, no, not that echo. Stop. To repeat and sympathize with what the video game author is saying, the article author is saying that, like, they've been purchasing physical games so that they could do things like lend the games out. That is, I still buy physical games for that reason. So this is really, really cool. What do you think the chances that Sony and Microsoft follow?
Oh, that would be, well, you know, part of me, we already do that with mobile apps because we have the Google Play Store family. We've got that already. So I'm able to buy, like, same thing I did with Minecraft. You know, I bought Minecraft, and then I was just able to put Minecraft on all the devices, except for the Amazon devices. But I said, screw it, it's Minecraft, I'll buy a second time.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, there's you know, things that we already do that with Android devices. Nintendo's doing it with theirs. I feel like it should hopefully be a logical step for Microsoft and
Sony,
yeah.
To follow suit.
Mm-hmm. Except, okay, so Sony's got the PSP still, right?
Like the PlayStation Portable? The handheld?
Yeah. Does Sony have a handheld anymore? I don't even remember. I haven't been paying attention to that. No?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because I'm just trying to think, you know, this sounds perfect for portable devices. But if I have, you know, a whole bunch of Xboxes, I don't know, would I have multiple Xboxes in a house?
Potentially. Not common, but potentially.
I feel like if with the Microsoft and Sony with the actual consoles, like you have...
So you think that because the Switch is a portable console, that it moves across this line of, like, it's kind of handheld, but it's kind of console-based?
I feel like
it makes more sense.
I feel like this makes more sense because I just, even in my head when I was talking about it, it's like, okay, you know, with the Google Play Store and that sort of things there with...
Yeah, because not as many people are going to have two PlayStations in their house.
Yes. So yes, after talking it through in my head, I feel like, okay, Microsoft and Sony are probably not going to do something like this.
Yeah, we can hope.
Because you have Well,
we can hope.
You have the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
So, you could sign out and, sign in with a different profile on your Xbox or PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Then you should be able to get whatever those are.
I mean, yeah. And with Sony, like, I have friends who actually do have 2 PlayStations in their house. In fact, I have 2 PlayStations in my house. One is a PS4, one is a PS5. Technically, I have 4 PlayStations in this house because I think I have a PS2, and I know I have my PS3 in the basement. Oh my God, why do I have 4 PlayStations? I might have 5?
I don't know.
For some reason, I feel like I have 2 PlayStation 2s, but that can't be.
I think I have one in the crawl space, ? I know I have 2 360s here because I got the other one. I got a second one.
Yeah, this is, by the way, why I was actually very interested in Sony's proposal for renting consoles.
Yes.
And leasing consoles, because I have 4 PlayStations in this house. I'm using one of them. Not using 3 of them. I'm using one of them. But going back to my friends, they have 2 PlayStation 5s that they have in their house. They have 2 different rooms. They both have PS5 because they have 3 kids, and the kids don't necessarily want to play the same games, and the parents don't necessarily want to play the same games as the kids. So they're in different rooms in the house. They have different screens attached to them. But they ran into issues of because someone was on one of them, it was like locking certain games off the other one. But see, in that case, generally in that case, the account is on more than one console and has access to all the games in the account. But it was locking them out of playing the games. It was weird. It was messy. I don't know. I like this though, because
we can definitely agree that this is good.
With how Nintendo has their consoles set up, this is really nice.
Yes. So I wanted to make sure you heard this one, because I know that you have multiple Switches.
2 Switches.
Yes. I'll have to also
means
make sure.
I don't know what I'm going to do about the Switch 2 when it comes out. So how many Switches do you have? 3. 2 Switches and a Switch 2. So you have 3 Switches. Well, I have a Switch 2. Yeah, so 4 Switches? Nope. I think the better intro would have been like, so how many Switches do you have? Well, I have 2 Switches and a Switch 2. So you have 3 Switches. No, I have 2 Switches and a Switch 2. Like, right, 3 Switches. No, I don't have 3 Switches. I only have 2 Switches. Yeah, and a Switch 2.
Who's on first? I don't know.
He's on
third base.
The third base, yeah. Who doth inhabit the primary position? What doth inhabit the secondary position? I know not doth inhabit the tertiary position.
So other video game news.
Sure.
Ubisoft
Yep.
has gotten into an agreement with Tencent.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Tencent has invested $1.25 billion
Yep.
into Ubisoft. Ubisoft is now going to create a subsidiary that will basically contain the following: Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six.
So they're successful games.
Yes.
And who owns this subsidiary?
Well, Ubisoft will still be a majority owner, but Tencent will be taking a quite large minority stake in the subsidiary at, $1.25 billion.
I could have gone on a lot longer with that. But
how do you feel about this, Dave?
Not pleased. Tencent is just buying everything. And I don't like that.
No.
I don't think they should buy everything. I don't think they should be allowed to buy everything.
Yeah, so this subsidiary will focus on building game ecosystems designed to become truly evergreen and multi-platform. Backed by greater investment and boosted creative capacities, it will drive further increases in quality of narrative solo experiences, expand multiplayer offerings with increased frequency of content release, introduce free-to-play touchpoints, and integrate more social features.
When they say evergreen, do they clarify what they mean by that?
No.
Because, the games industry is running into a problem where games got good enough that people keep playing them.
Yes. The amount of people who tried to do games as a service that were new and have failed recently is
right.
Yeah.
Because like, why would I pay $60 a month or a year for Call of Duty when like I have Skyrim from 15 years ago that I can still play and is still good.
I know that because, like I said, I got a new computer, so I put I put the Epic Game Store on here. I put Amazon Game on here. I put Steam on here, and it's like, oh yeah, this game. I didn't finish this game.
I could go back and play that game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good game.
I know. It's like I was playing while I was waiting for Isaac to fall asleep. I was playing Infinifactory again, going over the previous levels that I had already done, but had saved on my other computer. Where it's like, oh, I could. Let me try this one over here again. And, the time that it took me, weeks, I literally solved all these puzzles in days and solved them in new ways that were more efficient.
Yep, because now you have a better grounding and a better understanding.
Yep. It was kind of surprising the first time I did a level without, like, thinking about it, and I got the achievement because they have efficiency achievements in there. And I got one of the efficiency achievements without even trying. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm at that point of the game now. I didn't mean to do this at the best way possible, but I guess I did.
Like, well done. Congratulations.
Yep. So Ubisoft is...
like that Tencent is investing in Ubisoft. I don't like that Ubisoft is taking Tencent's money.
And basically sequestering the actual cash cows of Ubisoft.
What does Ubisoft get out of this other than $1.5 billion right now?
I think it's just the fact that...
They just get $1.25 billion.
Yes, because some of their other games over the last couple of years have not been great. I mean, X-Defiant, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws,
Right, well, but again, I refer you to previous statements about video games being really good a couple years ago.
Yep.
And that, like, you have to be even better than that now if you want people to move away from the games that they've already purchased.
Mm-hmm. Well, something else that I'm not sure if we talked about this before or not, but Game Informer was supposed to be closing because GameStop was shutting them down August of last year.
Right.
It turns out that Game Informer was purchased by Gunzilla Games, and the whole team that was previously laid off has now been returned, and the website has been reinstated.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
Yes, and the game company has specifically stated that we want Game Informer to remain an independent editorial outlet.
Yay! That's even better. That makes me smile.
Yes. So that's actually, I didn't even realize that when I had posted that Ubisoft article. I was like, wait, Game Informer? What?
Wait, didn't they shut down?
I'm like, I type it up there. I'm like, oh, it's back. Oh, I mean, good.
It's on their front page. They have a letter from the editor saying, hey, we're back.
Yep.
That's awesome. Good for them.
Yes. I think that's all the game. Oh, Activision. Activision, the user research worker department. I don't even know what a user research worker does. Do they
research?
What do they research though? User interface or what?
The user base, what users like and don't like.
Okay. Well, the user research workers at Activision have now unionized under the CWA.
Yay! Good for them. As a direct join union, the UVWCWA is open to contractors, freelancers, developers directly impacted by layoffs. Interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. Good for them.
So that's the video game news. Oh no, actually, there's one more. Sorry, there's one hiding.
So much game news, almost like we're going back to our roots.
Yep. Which we actually talked about this way back in 2022.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Sony created an AI for Gran Turismo?
No, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, back in 2022, Sony.
Yep. I mean, when we say AI, this is 2022, so this kind of AI is not the AI that we've been talking about for the last couple months.
No, but
Sony made a computer player.
Yes, for Gran Turismo 7 that learned tactics, strategies, even a little bit of racing etiquette.
Sure, so like machine learning.
Yes. And
they just fed it a bunch of races.
Yes, and had it race against itself,
a million times.
Yes. And when they released it to the public, it beat human racers everybody who challenged it, 104 to 52. So it was
52 people beat it?
Yes.
Okay.
52 people beat it, and 104 Gran Turismo Pro players
professionals.
lost. Yes.
Okay.
So it wasn't, extremely great, but it was still...
It was good.
Yes.
It was, like top 30% of the top players.
Yes. Well, they decided that they don't want to just create a machine that will destroy you, and they've actually now tuned it more to basically just be more fun.
Huh?
They've got it so it's not as ruthless.
Okay.
So they've tuned down their AI to make
I'm just imagining this as a GPT, right, with a prompt based AI agent, and it's like, you are a professional race car driver. You, however, are tasked with helping other drivers learn. So you will not go at your full ability each time, but rather you will try to let the other players win at least X amount of time. Prompt engineering is weird.
Yes, it is.
I've had to do a lot more of it in my job than I thought I would. So that's cool. I mean, that's really neat.
And they have it set up there so you could still play against the old dumb AI if you want to, but then it's now, I think, what did they say? 19 of the tracks in Gran Turismo 7, you can actually turn on this smarter AI.
So it's smarter, but it's less aggressive?
Well, I guess so. You can tune the difficulty level of it.
Be just good enough to make it look like I have to really try to beat you.
I want to win, but not by that much.
I want to win, but I want it to look like I had to try.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can segue into AI news from that.
Okay.
Because there's a couple pieces of AI news.
Yep.
Not the least of which being the new OpenAI 4.0 image generation.
Yes, so this is not DALL-E 3 or DALL-E 4. I think they've just dropped the DALL-E name. So this is, GPT 4.0 image generation.
It's really impressive.
It is.
It's like, do you remember, say, 2-ish years ago, when people are like, oh my god, AI images, this is insane, but you can tell it's AI generated, oh, look at that, that person has the wrong number of fingers. AI really struggles with that. Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
It's been 2 years, and they haven't been sleeping.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram. I forgot his exact name, but people would send him all these Instagram videos, Facebook Reels, that's TikToks and sort of stuff there, and he would explain. It's that's this weird animal in the Philippines, or this is this or that sort of thing there. I swear 90% of his videos now are something AI generated. So he just goes off on some weird tangent at the beginning. And you're like, I'm watching this video about a whale eating a boat. And then he starts talking about Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And he just goes off on Lord of the Rings for a couple of minutes, which to me is actually, still interesting. But he gets to there and in the end, and he's like, just so you know, that's an AI video. It's very clearly an AI video. Don't be a sucker.
Yeah.
And it's just okay, yeah, no, I could see that. I'm just watching that thing going that's AI. Yeah, that's AI. But, no, it used to be interesting, and now it's just that's just another AI-generated video.
But, these AI-generated images are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'd have a difficult time telling you that they were AI-generated.
Yes.
In fact, I'm not sure I could tell you they are AI-generated.
I'm looking at this picture here of the cheeseburger with the flame behind it, going that is not a Burger King ad.
But it sure looks like one.
It damn does look like... That looks like a Red Robin sort of burger.
You could imagine Burger King's marketing team constructing that photo.
Yes, I could.
That is a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's making me hungry by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, okay, so some of it, kitten with a beer can, fucking AI generated.
Yes. But there's even...
Also, that kitten is drunk driving.
There's even one down here lower is the fact that you can give an actual photo, you can give it an actual photo and have it, render something else with the photo. Like there's these two dogs playing. It's like, oh.
Yep. Although, fun fact, look at the photo on the left.
Yep.
Dog on the tile floor. Look at the refrigerator.
Oh.
What do you see in the refrigerator?
Is that a reflection of the dog?
Well, on the left one, yes, because that's the actual picture.
Yeah.
Look at the right one.
Yeah, you just see a weird shadow blob.
Yeah, it didn't get the reflection.
No, you're right.
Well,
wait.
That may be our saving grace for a little while.
Look at by the tail of the completely computer-generated dog.
Yeah.
There is
there's a hint of the reflection.
Yeah.
But,
it's not as clear as the actual photo. You are correct.
Yeah. It's also the grout line. You can see the grout line at the top, but there is no grout line at the bottom or in the middle, where I'd expect to see one between, just above that fake dog.
Yes, because the grout line got hidden by the actual.
Right, but the reflection of the grout line should be there.
Should be there. You're right. No, you're right. But it's a bit ridiculous that this is what we've got to, look at now.
Yep. Also, the teeth are wrong in that dog.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the teeth are wrong on the AI-generated dog.
Yeah, because it looks like the teeth are going through the tongue.
But regardless, crazy AI-generated images.
Yep.
Do you like the meme of everyone doing Ghibli-style memes? Ghibli memes flourish.
Yeah. Question is, can Ghibli,
sue? Probably not.
I forgot exactly what the Copyright Office said, but I think they said something about if you just take the raw...
It's a style. They can't copyright the style.
No.
But here's two really good examples.
Yep.
3 really good examples.
Do I hear 4? Oh, hey, yep, I just heard 4. I literally heard the ding of number 4.
Yep.
Well, speaking of other things of AI, Waymo.
Yeah, sure.
Driverless cars.
Yes.
They released, because they have to, they released their crash record. Federal regulations require Waymo to report all significant crashes, whether or not the Waymo vehicle was at fault.
Okay.
So then somebody's like, ooh, there was a fatal crash in January 19th. First fatal crash involving a fully driverless vehicle happened in San Francisco. The Waymo, with no driver or passenger in it, was stopped at a red light.
So it wasn't the Waymo's fault.
No.
Someone crashed into the Waymo.
Yes, causing a 6-car pileup that killed 1 person and injured 5 others.
Oof.
Another major Waymo crash occurred in October. Once again, the car was stopped for a red light. According to Waymo, a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction crossed the double yellow line and crashed into an SUV that was stopped to the Waymo's left. The force of the impact shoved the SUV into Waymo. 1 person was seriously injured. So it turns out most of the crashes of autonomous vehicles
are people crashing into them.
Crashing into the autonomous vehicle.
Oops.
So if somebody talks about, driverless cars causing an accident, I would say, hey.
Well, I mean, nope.
Yep.
Although, did you see the thing about Mark Roper's video?
Oh, I actually watched the video.
Yeah?
Because it popped up on Isaac's YouTube feed, and I'm like, what's Mark Rober doing with the Tesla? And so we actually watched it on the big screen. And there was a couple of things I did notice during that video that seemed a little off to me.
Yeah.
Well, especially since the video, they basically gave him the LiDAR car, and there was a LiDAR company who helped produce the video. So there's a little bit of shenanigans on the back end right off the bat.
Oh, Mark Roper, you were supposed to be the one who brought balance.
I know.
You were to bring balance to the Force, not destroy it.
So yeah, everybody's thinking that he wasn't actually in autopilot when he was driving towards the brick wall because he wanted to have, He
wanted it to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen, people claiming that he did it in multiple takes. and that it's stitched together.
Yeah.
And just like, oops.
Yeah, that I'm one of those things where it's like, okay, dude, just release the raw footage.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have that raw footage still
somewhere.
Yep.
I'd hope so, but maybe he also doesn't want to show the raw footage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that said, Mr. Elon Musk's response to the video has been stupid as fuck.
What else is new?
Have you heard what he said?
Oh, no. What did he say?
So his comment is, Tesla doesn't use LiDAR because people don't drive by shooting lasers out of their eyes. So he's making the claim that Tesla doesn't need LiDAR because neither do human drivers. And my response to that is, yeah, but if you gave me the option to be able to see in LiDAR and the way I see, I would take you up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I want to also see through fog or blizzards? Or rain. So, like, yeah, that just don't make sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, speaking of Musk, he has sold X.
Sure.
He has sold X.
Who has he sold X to, Andy?
XAI.
How much did he sell it for?
$33 billion.
How much did he buy it for?
Was it 45 billion?
Oh, so he's lost money on it, except he hasn't because he sold it from one of his companies to another of his companies.
Yes.
It's so frustrating.
It's one of those things where it's like, I'm very curious, especially about those valuations, because both those valuations were probably done by the same group hired by both sides of X.
Right. Also, what does it mean to sell it to the company for that much? Did the company pay Musk that much money?
Part of me wonders if this is something to get out from, because he leveraged Tesla to buy Twitter. So I'm wondering if this is one of the, because I remember this was something that happened a couple of times at the radio station where we had a contract with a company to do X, Y, and Z. And then all of a sudden, the company, gets bought by somebody else or changes the name of the service that they're providing us.
Yep.
And lo and behold, that signed contract that we have for multiple years suddenly is null and void because that thing doesn't exist anymore.
Oops.
So part of me wonders, is it something like that where he just needed to get out from under?
I don't know, man.
It just everything with this just sounds
money
fishy.
Laundering and shady business bullshit.
I also love the fact that Musk did not ask investors for approval before,
because he doesn't need to.
No, but
he owned the company.
Yeah,
he's like, now that I've brought down democracy, what's next?
I don't know.
I hear a pupper. Hi, pupper. Hey, buddy. Hey, come here. No. I have treats around here somewhere. So what else should we talk about, Andy?
Well, some other fun news, I say.
Fun in quotes?
Yes.
I heard those quotes.
Yes.
I heard your fingers move.
Yeah. So, speaking of the radio station, it was super annoying when we started to get Windows 11 computers.
Yeah.
And they would require us to have an account in order to
turn on the computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which there was a bypass script that we could run, so we didn't have to put
an account. For
and attach a Microsoft account to that version of Windows. Because we're at a business, it's at a studio. I mean, I don't want to have to create a Microsoft account for every single studio in the build. It was just ridiculous.
For each computer in each studio.
Yeah. Because there was at least, two computers in there, one running the automation, one for actual, business purpose. But no, it would be like, okay, why are we creating all these Windows accounts for no apparent reason? So the same thing for Office, where it was like, oh, you have to attach Office now to a Microsoft account. You know what account we had created? We had created an account that said Microsoft Sucks 1. And when that one filled up, we created Microsoft Sucks 2.
2.
Yes, and we just worked our way we just kept on going there. It's like, okay, try this one. Nope, that's full. All right, what number are we down to? Oh, we're down to 12 now. Okay.
This sounds like a bad plan, but yes, go on.
Well, there wasn't really any way to get around, because Microsoft said you must be attached to a Microsoft account.
Okay.
But so yeah, Windows 11 had a bypass script. Well, it turns out now with the latest preview build, it turns out they are now removing that bypassed script from the build. So you cannot now, when the next thing rolls out for Windows 11, you will not be able to bypass creating a Microsoft account. This change ensures that all users exit setup with internet connectivity and a Microsoft account.
What if I don't want internet connectivity or a Microsoft account?
That is an excellent question.
Use Linux? Like,
did I tell you I've actually got Linux now installed on my Windows?
You did not.
Yeah, there was this Windows, what was it called? Windows...
Subsystem for Linux?
Yes, WSL.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't even know that was a thing, but now that's a thing, and now I've got...
Andy, we covered that on this show.
Well, we
what do you
also
mean
covered...
you didn't know it was a thing?
Well, we also covered Gran Theft Auto, Gran Turismo. Having an AI.
Yeah, but that's me. We've absolutely talked about WSL and that they added Linux to Windows.
Well, it turns out it's quite easy to get it to install.
Yes, it's super easy.
I just forgot to move everything over to the D drive, so now my my C drive is now getting a little full. And by full, I mean, let's see, what is it at? I've used 94 of my 118 gigabytes, and I only have 24 and a half gigs left. But
yep.
Sorry, where were I completely derailed us on that.
You totally did. That's fine. Princess Mononoke is in theaters, by the way. It's the English dub, so I hope you like Billy Bob Thornton. But have you ever seen Princess Mononoke?
I have not.
It came to my mind because we were talking about the Studio Ghibli stuff.
I remember seeing the stuff for Phantom Live events where they would be bringing, some of those back to theaters every once in a while.
Yeah, well, Princess Mononoke is in theaters right now in 4K.
The Minecraft movie comes out next weekend.
You guys going to go see it?
Of course.
Are you going to do like an opening night showing?
Oh, probably not.
Why not? Come on. Of all the movies to take Isaac for his first, this is your first opening night movie.
I don't even want to do opening night.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Okay. You are going to go see it, though?
Yes.
Can't wait for that random review. Doesn't feel like a very random review at that point.
There's a whole bunch of Minecraft movie tie-in stuff going on right now in Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
Where they set up a whole server based off of the movie, and there's little mini games that you can play. It was interesting.
It feels weird to do that as part of a marketing campaign when people haven't been to the movie yet.
I know. Or it's
I could see that as you've seen the movie, now experience it in game. But
yeah, now it's sneak through a woodland mansion just like in the movies, and I'm like, I didn't know that was in the movies.
Great spoilers. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, now they already have DLC for it as well, so I've got to download that as
DLC for the movie.
DLC for the movie tie-in.
For the movie tie-in.
Yes. A Minecraft movie DLC adventure deeper into a Minecraft movie.
What the hell are we doing, Andy?
So yeah, there's the Minecraft movie live event that's going on right now, and then if you're already done with that, which you shouldn't be because they're releasing quests every other day, and so the quests get you a new cape. There is a Minecraft movie DLC now for that server. So yeah, it's a bit silly.
Yeah,
but I was having fun with Megan. There was doing some of the Minecraft education stuff. Found this place called Dexyland or something like that. It was about reading and letters and words and everything. So
neat.
Yeah, she was having a fun time for a bit. It's okay, here's a whole bunch of items. Which one starts with the letter C? Oh, it's the candle. Oh, that's a cake. I know, it's a weird looking cake, Megan. Just roll with it.
Huh.
All right, so should we hit the randoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was getting distracted because I was thinking about on Game Changer. One of the episodes was the heart rate episode.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
You remember that? Do you remember what they did to torment Brennan Lee Mulligan with birds?
I remember hearing an interview that like people now like come
Torment
up to him and
Yeah.
then just like scream at him like rose-beaked spoonbill or something like that.
Rosate Spoonbill.
Yeah. Could you imagine just strangers walking up to you and just tormenting you with that?
Yeah. But I was thinking about that because you were doing the like, which of these objects starts with C? And it's like Cooper's Hawk. Right? Like nothing. You make sure nothing there starts with a C except for this bird. And it's like, oh, that's a Cooper's Hawk. That's why it starts with a C.
There's a Minecraft museum heist inspired by Wonder Woman 1984. What?
Is that when they steal the plane?
A priceless painting has been stolen.
I don't remember that in the movie.
I don't know. Join forces with the world's greatest warrior as you solve coding puzzles and explore game design concepts to navigate the museum and recover the missing paintings.
Should we try a coding escape room like you, me, and Bri?
I think I'm okay with escape room and puzzles right now.
Yeah,
I'm taking a break.
You're good. You're good on them.
Well, you've seen how much I have been flustered.
Yes. Oh, because you're doing the one.
Yes.
The big one.
Yes. And
yeah, but you can do a small scale, like, hey, let's just try this for a round and see if we can get through it.
Oh, we could. I'm not going to be that great with actual coding, though.
That's okay. That's okay. The coding level is not like go solve the traveling salesman problem.
I do have to say, though, I can now completely decode a PNG file.
Yep. One of the ones that I did when I did this with some friends, I actually brute forced one of the coding problems. Like I had the code write a brute force algorithm to just try it until it worked.
Hey, that's a legitimate thing with escape rooms.
Yep.
I was with, was I with Catherine and Jake? I think I was with Catherine and Jake, and we were doing basically the escape room version of Murder on the Orient Express, which I could tell that we were just gung ho about it after the game master gave like Jake the radio and said, okay, this is how, if you guys have any problems or anything, this is how you communicate with us. Mm-hmm. And Jake said, thanks. And then literally like put it in a bucket.
He's like, thanks, put it away.
Yes. And we get to the final puzzle and we know 6 out of the 7 answers. And we just stand there and we're like, do we spend time trying to figure this out?
Just brute force it.
And we're like, just screw it. We're just going to brute force this thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to take us that long to brute force through the last one. And we got out and top score for the room or something like that. And then after we were done, we're like, hey, where is this answer? And they're like, oh, if you look at this one poster on the wall here in the bottom corner, it lists the top 7, something like that. And
oh, bullshit.
I'm like, oh, that is... Like, yeah,
ain't no one gonna see that.
No, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna brute force our way out of that one.
Yeah,
right. So should we do the randoms?
Yeah, let's hit the randoms.
Okay,
it's my review.
Yes,
I'm going to review the first TV show I have binged in a long time. I started watching this 2 days ago. It is 8 episodes, and I have finished it. It is the 3 Body Problem.
Oh, I've read this
I believe
book.
that was a book club book.
Yeah, I do believe it was a book club book, yeah.
I did not read it when it was part of the book club book.
3 Body Problem? Yeah, Brian picked it.
Yep. It is. I looked at the Wikipedia after finishing the season. I looked at the Wikipedia for the book because I was like, how much of the book was on this? And like, what, how far did it go? Are there more seasons? Did you know that the book is actually part of a trilogy?
Yes, I do know it was part of a trilogy. I didn't get to the other 2 books in the trilogy.
You have not gone further in the trilogy? Was the general feeling of like, this is an okay book, but like, eh.
Yeah, no, that was my thought on this book. It was interesting. It was not worth.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I lost you for a sec.
Oh.
You're back.
I think
go
you're anywhere.
Back. I did, apparently.
Okay.
So what was the general feeling about the book?
It was okay.
Yeah. The show is on Netflix, and it is based on the book. I will say based and not like inspired by. Like it actually is the story from the book, but a little more globalized. Because in the book, like everything takes place in China. Yeah, all the characters like Chinese come from China. So in this one, like some of the characters are Chinese and the stuff that happened back in like the 1960s took place in China, but a lot of the rest of the stuff takes place in England. Like a lot of the rest of the stuff takes place in England. Like everything is happening in. It's like they're Cambridge and Oxford professors who were all friends and gathered together. So a very diverse cast. But the same general idea of someone 60 years ago got contacted by aliens because they were trying to contact aliens and said, hey, the world sucks. We need your help. Please come and conquer us. And then, it's the story of that. It's good. I think it's similar to the book. Like, it's good. It's a good story. There's a lot of themes that I've heard or seen before. Not the least of which is like there's a little overlap with Ender's Game. And I think Douglas Adams. So Douglas Adams had this thing where in one of the Hitchhiker's Guidebooks, he talked about like interstellar conflict and that you ran into this issue where technology would progress. I swear to God, this was Douglas Adams, who is not a like scientific thinker or military strategist, but he's like, if you launch an invasion fleet and it takes them 1,000 years to get to the target, in that 1,000 years, you've made better ships and launched them. And the enemy has made better ships and launched them. And like the better ships are going to fly faster. They're going to be more powerful. And so you get these like stacked up fleets where they start passing each other. So why are you sending the first ships anyway? Because like by the time they get there, they're going to be obsolete. So like a little bit of that kind of ringing into it and this whole thing. I don't know. It was a good TV show. It was crazy cast.
Yeah, I see Mark Gatiss is in there.
Yeah, like crazy cast. Who else was in there? Benedict Wong is in there.
Oh, okay.
Jake
Tapper's as himself.
Yep.
Okay.
Liam Cunningham is in there. So like really successful, powerful cast. They did a great job. It was very well acted. The writing's pretty good. It's this like, it's based on this book. And so they had to do what they could with it. Mm-hmm. I have an issue with the Sophons, which I presume are also in the book. These are the protons that are like supercomputers.
I'm trying to remember.
They're the reason why science was going crazy. Nope. Okay. Maybe it was in one of the sequels.
No, because I don't remember that part of it.
All right, then. I have an issue with the science and the concept. I have an issue with the science in the science fiction thriller. Yes.
Okay. Just making sure we got that on record.
Yep. Okay. I have an issue with the science of a science fiction thriller. But otherwise, I would recommend watching. It's a little gory at a couple points when they cut up a ship with nanowires.
Oh, boy.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, I can see that.
But other than that, it's pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. I watched the whole thing very quickly.
All right.
Yeah, the cast, the more I look into the cast, I'm like, wow, they've been in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A non-insignificant number of them were in Game of Thrones. All right, what is our random topic?
Random topic, rolled ahead of time.
Yes.
Do you ever go commando?
So, I need a clarification.
Yes.
I need a ruling, Andy.
Yes.
Do pajamas count?
I don't know.
And if pajamas don't count, then does it count if I'm wearing, like, is it going commando if I have pajama pants on and then put on jeans over that?
It feels like that would feel uncomfortable.
I mean, kind of, but like if you need to throw on pants and you don't want to go grab some underwear.
Well, that's the other question, though, is also when I go running, I have running shorts, but they have like a built-in liner.
So they've built in like support.
Yeah. So is that, because it's not...
Is that going commando?
Because it's not a separate piece of clothing.
It's literally just the shorts and nothing?
Well, it's got, like I said, it's got the liner, kind of like swim trunks. So I don't know. How did that even become a thing? Like, how did that...
Going commando?
Well, like, you know, how did that slang come about?
I presume... You know what? I don't know what I presume. I don't know. Commandos went without underwear, I guess? It was never clear to me.
Let's see if that's it. The term was associated with soldiers in Vietnam who would go without underwear to increase ventilation and reduce moisture.
Yeah, because it's really fucking humid.
Yep.
I mean, I guess on a general sense, like, broadly, yes. I guess I can just leave it at that.
I would say sure, yes. Like I said,
it depends on how you define going commando.
Yes.
And I think we can leave it at that.
Yes, no, I'm fine leaving it right there. I'm gonna say that's a wrap. This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.